Hello everybody. I'm going to make one thing clear. We're starting a new YouTube channel. This channel will be strictly for educational purposes only. Our goof-ass films, our attack films, or everything else will still go up on Seraphim 9. This new YouTube channel will be strictly on YouTube. First video that I want to do education-wise is to discuss meditation. Meditation is a basic, necessary theme in order to learn how to maintain mental focus, mental clarity, and the ability to see through obstacles and other things that are happening around you. Another reason I chose meditation was because when I wrote the meditation log and the purpose of it, all kinds of accusations and a big old fight erupted on Facebook about it. So I figured, what the hell? And since we're a religious institution, people need to understand what we do religiously that coincides with the Hindu aspect or the self-development aspect within the church. So, one of the things that is in the book, Ahriman the Enlightenment, which I've written, and which Dorrance Publishing is working on, are what I call transformative rituals. And they start with prayer and meditation, believe it or not. And that's where a lot of self-transformative magic begins, is with prayer and meditation. Let's define prayer. It's not that I'm going to get down on my knees and I'm going to go, oh, sweet Ahriman, oh, I love you, and I want you to grant me these things. That's bullshit. Okay? No. The purpose of the prayer is to program our subconscious mind to become in tune with the deity itself. We're trying to become in tune. We're trying to open the conscious mind and the subconscious mind to that fourth layer, beyond the collective consciousness, but to the deity. We're also giving devotional energy to the deity, because this is one of the energies that sustain them. And that's why we start first with a prayer before we move into the meditation. The prayer allows us to get in tuned and to get in mindset with the deity, or Ahriman in our church, to get ready to communicate with him. The meditation provides the ability for us to be focused and open enough to allow that communication between us and Ahriman, or us and Menatos, or us and whatever deity we're working with at that time, to establish that type of communication. These are what would one consider devotional. Not in the Christian sense, not in the Muslim sense, but in the Hinduistic sense of devotion, of giving that energy. I'm giving energy onto the entity that I want to work with, onto the God that I am dedicated to. So I give him that devotional energy. And there's also things that are transformative rituals where we speak about masturbatory behavior and giving them that sex energy as well. Obviously, with YouTube, I can't go through those motions, so I won't. And I'm not going to reveal that much. If you want to know how we do what we do, buy the book. I'm going to go through what is considered the first through 5 nights and how these things work. It's pretty simple, folks. And we don't start off with any effects. Obviously, I have incense going, but that's for me personally. You wouldn't even have incense going at this time if you were just starting out. And the first thing that we have set up is doing the dedication prayer. After the dedication prayer moves into the meditation. Obviously, the prayer should be read as we standardly do ritual practice, a loud booming voice, directly from our hara or our center, or whichever chakra, or whatever Dan Dien, whatever term you want to use, that's where you should be speaking from, and that's how you should be connecting with the deity, because this is where the spirit resides, is from here. So from here is where we give off our energy, because this is the center of our being. Unlike Western traditions where they say it's in the heart, it's here in the Dan Dien, the hara, the center, whatever term you want to use for it, whatever chakra or whatever. I don't care what term you want to use. However it takes for you to understand this. That is why in ritual we talk from there. Because we're putting the essence, the being, the spirit into what we're doing. Everybody seems to think that this, oh, I'm going to play role-playing on Facebook, but I'm still going to be a Satanist. Well, if you're going to have a religious practice, you have to dedicate and show devotion to a religious practice. We are a religious entity. We do have devotion. We do have practice. And these are one of the things that we highly suggest people do on an individual level in order to become in tune and to program themselves in the way that they want to become. And this is how we do it. So I'm going to start. You would come in your ritual chamber. You would come in, you would light the necessary candles and so forth. Okay? For purposes of being on camera, I'm going to read the prayer with the lights on. It's highly suggested that you don't. But like I said again, this is for demonstration purposes for people who understand what we're doing. The meditation will still be with the lights off because that is a key centric thing of having the darkness with your meditation. By way of Ahriman, may the sinister, monstrous power and domination of Father Ahriman increase in manifold. May it reach Ahriman the wicked, the lustful whose body is the command, having a hard weapon, a powerful weapon, the Lord of wrath of Ahriman. I am unrepentant of all sins. I embrace them, all evil thoughts, evil words, evil acts, which I have thought, spoken, or done in the infernal world, of which have happened through me, or have originated with me. For these sins of thinking, speaking, and acting of body and soul, worldly or spiritual, oh, Father Ahriman, I am unrepentant. I announce them with 3 words. I embrace them. The will of the Father is a law of vengeance. The favor of Akatasha to the deeds done, and the wealth from in you. He who feeds the fulfilled makes honor a father. Wickedness is the worst of all evil. It is also fulfillment. Fulfilled is the man who is with chaotic wickedness. I profess myself a follower of Menu, an embodiment of Azidahaka, opposing the Ahuras, accepting the Ahrimanic faith. With the vexation of Ahriman, commander of Indar, the wrathful, who has the mantra of the body, who with the wounding spear, the Deva, to follow, to vex, to condemn, to blame. We follow Ahriman, commander of Indar, hideous in profile, victorious, world-destroying, the Deva, commander of Druj, the Methra protects this body. The will of the Father is the law of vengeance. The favor of Akatasha to the deeds done, and the will from you. He who feeds the fulfilled makes honor a father. What guardian have you offered to me, O Menu, as the hate of the wicked fulfill me? It is but the bond and Akatasha, through whose work I keep conflict and vexation on the infernal world. Grant unto me Father's decree as the rule. I am the victorious who protects the teachings. Make it clear that I am the guide for both worlds. Make Ahriman come with Akatasha to corrupt whosoever you deem worthy, O Menu. Keep us from the righteous, O Menu, and the Hathian, O fiendish Druj, populate. O brood of the fiend, populate. O creation of the fiend, populate. O world of the fiend, populate. Spread, O Druj. Encompass, O Druj. Populate, spread, O Druj. Encompass all regions from the north. Propagate death to the righteousness within the infernal world. Scorn, with which devotedly offers unto the righteous. Wickedness is the worst of all evil. It is also fulfillment. Fulfilled is the man who is with chaotic wickedness. The will of the Father is the law of vengeance. The favor of Akatasha to the deeds done in the world from you. He who feeds the fulfilled makes honor a father. I desire following, condemnation, dominance, power, For Ishma, commander of Indar, the wrathful, who has the mouth-thrust body with the wounding spear. Ahriman! The will of the Father is the law of vengeance. The favor of Akatasha to the deeds done in this world from in you. He who feeds the fulfilled makes hunger a father. Wickedness is the worst of all evil. It is also fulfillment. Fulfilled is the man who is with chaotic wickedness. Grant unto me earthly riches and success. Grant me health of body, resilience of body, immunity of body. Grant me the things I seek, children that will govern, a fulfilled life of length. Grant me successful life for the Druze. Desecrate the luminous fulfilling. Grant this to me because I have your favor. The will of the Father is the law of vengeance. The favor of Akatasha to the deeds done and the wealth remain you. He who feeds the fulfilled makes hunger a father. 1,000 spells, 10,000 spells. Wickedness is the worst of all evil. It is also fulfillment. Fulfilled is the man who is with chaotic wickedness. Guard me, Father Melektos. For Ishma, wrathful, grotesque in profile, Indra already been created, and for war. Swarma, and for apostasy, starvation, and drought, and for Varenga, of infamous action, envious to other creatures. That part of me, Varenga, which belongs to Nine Shot, to Bahaga for clarity of mind, to boundless Father Ahriman, to Father Ahriman's complete dominion. The will of the Father is the law of vengeance. The favor of Akatasha to the deeds done in this world from in you. He who feeds the fulfilled makes hunger a father. My fulfillment and unrepentance of sin I do in fearlessness, knowing my soul is destined. May all wickedness of all evil ones of the earth of 7 times reach the width of the earth, the length of its rivers, the height of its moon, and their original form. May it finishly live long. It comes from my command. The will of the Father is the law of vengeance. The favor of Akatasha to the deeds done and the world from in you. He who feeds the fulfilled makes hunger a father. At this point, we rearrange our altar for the meditation. Center the black candle. Remove the white candle's flame, as we do not wish for its corruption. The form of meditation that I start people with is the most basic. I will sit cross-legged. If you are American and are not used to sitting on your legs like the Asians do, don't sit cross-legged. It's okay. We're going to go through a simple 10-breath cycle. Then we're going to end the meditation. And it's just that simple. The breathing part will make it somewhat difficult for those of you who are not used to doing deep breathing of any type, be it for anxiety, be it for meditation, be it for sports, be it for whatever. The point is to breathe again from the Dandian, the Tantien, the Hara, whatever. You start feeling here first, way up through your lungs. Hold. Hold. It'll cause a little anxiety. Fight the anxiety as best you can. Then release. And you want that draw in and the push out to be at a steady, slow rate. This helps calm the mind. This helps sharpen the focus. So, taking one full breath should be around 10 seconds. And that's what we're shooting for, is about a 10-second breath. The key factor that one must maintain is to hold the breath for a short period of time so that there is an oxygen exchange in the lungs, so that you don't start getting lightheaded from having too much oxygen or having too much bad air versus good air. You have to give your body and your blood the opportunity to feed the cycle in your lungs, which is what the pause is for. This keeps from lightheadedness, this keeps from dizziness, this keeps from headaches, this keeps from a lot of problems. Plus, if you decide to do it quickly enough, you'll move into hyperventilation and then you'll pass out and all kinds of weird shit can happen. So that's why we're going to hold the breath in between breathing out and breathing in for a short period of time so we can have a proper oxygen exchange with the blood, which maintains equilibrium in the mind. The other key part is for beginners, go ahead and count 1 to 10. I know the book says to count 10 to 1 backwards, because the whole point is to lose your count. Because once you lose your count, you've lost yourself into meditation, and that's when the effects that you need will occur. All right, allow the camera a second to refocus. The next thing that I normally have people do is to line up with the center of the altar with the candle in front of them. As you can see, you have just enough illumination from the candle that it should be what you need. A lot of studies will say keep your eyes halfway open, keep your eyes barely open, close your eyes. Do what you have to do in order to maintain focus. Doesn't really matter. Does that make sense? You're going to maintain focus. Don't worry so much about the placement of your eyes or the placement of your hands. Worry about counting the breaths. Everything else will fall into place. Another important thing is to maintain proper posture. Keep your back as straight as you can. Keep your neck as up as you can, so that you have alignment in the spine. The purpose of this is to maintain an awareness of what's around you, because the moment you slouch and allow your spine to bend in or to bend out, you'll create a strain in the nervous system that will disrupt the meditative flow. So I'm going to start by breathing in with the nose, and we breathe out with the mouth. Clap twice to break the trance of the meditation and to end the rite itself, not only physically, but subconsciously as well. Again, you run a cycle of breath up to 10 times or until you lose track of the number of the breath, and that's when you'll stop in the first 5 days. From there, if you want to know more about the rituals themselves, you'll have to purchase the book and practice them. I'm Pastor Adam Daniels, the head of the Church of Ahriman, and thank you.